Hi, it's Matt Giggs, and should you eat the frog for breakfast? You must have heard that quote. In fact, I've just Googled that quote. I think it's from Mark Twain. And he once said that if you eat a live frog, if you have to eat a live frog, do it first thing in the morning and nothing worse will happen to you for the rest of the day. The eat the frog strategy is about prioritization and productivity method used to help people to identify and achieve or accomplish those difficult tasks. Now, I think it's a really interesting one because how many people actually do that? Great quote, makes sense, who does it? How many people get up and go, fuck, I've got that difficult client I need to go and speak to. I'm gonna do it before I've had a coffee. No, not really. It doesn't really apply to that many people. Now, the principle's spot on. So what is it we're trying to learn from it and what is it that you could do? So for example, one of the things I focus on with people that I work with, clients that I mentor, and people that I train, is that it's how you frame these tasks to make sure that you want to do them, that you're eager to do them and complete them, rather than to be fearful of them, if that makes sense. Because if you're fearful of it, what's it going to come across like? So yeah, you might do it. Ed's behind the camera. Yeah, I've got to break the news to him. He's just lost the house that he was buying, the sellers are withdrawing. I'm really scared about telling him. How's that going to come across to Ed? He's going to be going, oh, for God's sake, and I haven't prepared. Oh my God, I've spent all of this money buying this house. Why would they do that? And I've done those calls, guys, over the years. I've made those unprepared calls and they've always gone down really, really badly. What about if I thought to myself, is this the right house for Ed? He's not going to get it. What can I do to help him move forward? How can I help him find an even better house that meets his needs in order to make sure that he feels like there's a plan to move forward? I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll make a list of prospecting ideas and letters that I can do just for Ed, so I know that when I ring him and I give him the bad news, I've actually got some really good news to trump it with. And actually, if we leave it with the good news, and if you're an estate agent watching this, how many times has this happened and the buyers have ended up with something even better than the one that they've lost out? And I'm hearing you more often than not. And that's why we've got to think about this strategy. Do you eat a frog for breakfast? But prepare that frog, right? Get it, skin it. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't really say that, but you understand my point. Get prepared. If you're not prepared, you're going to feel nervous. And there's a great saying that you need to prepare beyond nervousness. Prepare beyond nervousness. Those tasks, those conversations. Let's take another example. Let's say it's someone in the team, they're being a bit of a, and they're causing problems. And you've got to have this difficult conversation. So only yesterday, someone another person that I've worked with rung me, just said, look, I need you for 10 minutes, Matt. Can I pick your brains? I've got this guy, really great guy, over the years. In the last kind of year, he's fell off the tracks and, he's had problems out of work and his performance in the role's just not been good enough. And I've said to him, he needs to do this, he needs to do that, and he needs to be at this level, and he needs to be hitting these results. And it's just not working. This guy was kind of, as a lot of business owners are right now, because being a business owner or a manager of an estate agency, it's bloody hard, right? Managing the general public's hard, managing people's hard, getting these conversations can be really difficult, especially when there's so much emotion wrapped up into that. So I said to him, look, you're going to have this difficult conversation. It can be difficult if you're going to prepare for difficulty, right? If you're going to say it's difficult, it's going to be difficult. Why don't you just have a natural conversation with him? It doesn't have to be difficult. It can be natural. You as the business owner have him working with you in your business. What are your expectations? What does he think you expect of him? And are you in line with those expectations? And the answer was no, no, and no. No clear expectations, no clear alignment, no conversation. It's all about result. It's all about, for 2 or 3 years, I've kind of cut him some slack. Now I really need him to perform. All of a sudden, he's just used to rocking up when he wants to rock up, do what he needs to do just enough, and get paid for those bigger results. It doesn't work like that. The first question I would ask anyone is, how do you feel it's going? Because most good people, and I'm saying 99% of the good people that you work with, will know that they're letting you down. They'll know that they're not performing. They'll know that they're not at the races, whatever you want to call it, and they'll know that your conversation is going to go down the pathway of understanding why. So the first thing is really understand their situation. Sit yourself in their shoes. Be in their shoes first, rather than come at this for what you need. What can I get? You know, it's a bit like prospecting. I'm flipping around different scenarios here, but if you prospect trying to get something out of someone versus trying to give someone your time, your insights, your knowledge, you'll get two completely different outcomes. My recommendation to you about eating a frog for breakfast is to look at the task and then prepare well. Yeah? So this conversation went something like this. How are you doing? I just wanted to see how it's going because I've noticed one or two things. Do you mind if I share some observations? What do you think I'm really looking for from you in the role? And how do you want me to support you, reward you for achieving those things? Should we just take a look at where you're at the minute? What you feel you can do to improve? What can I do to support you? What are the things that you're going to need help with moving forward? Now that's a much healthier conversation, which is actually going to get you both to the right outcome. One, does he actually want to do this job? More often than not, it's yes. What most people can't do is separate the two, which is outside versus inside work. You know, there's problems outside, they tend to come inside. How do you separate that? How do you help someone to separate that? There's a great model which is focused on what you can control. Can you control outside of work, inside work? No, I can't. Right. If you're going to put your energy there, it's going to affect you here. So 100% of what you do at the moment is going to be affected by those factors. Do you want that to happen in your work? No. What can I do to support you? Do you know what? Keep me focused. I've had that conversation with people before. Matt, just keep me focused. I'm going through this challenge. God, I've had some serious challenges and conversations over the years that have been with people that have got stuff going on that I wasn't even aware of. And the fact that I asked that first question, which is tell me, how do you feel it's going? How are you at the minute? It helps you to bring that to life. Now, I'm far from perfect in this scenario. As a typical ADHDer, my mind's everywhere. My mind is on what I want to get across rather than what do I really want to listen and understand. So this will take you guys a lot of energy. So you might do this a bit later in the day after you've completed some small wins. You know, you've made the slide deck that you needed to do. You've updated those 2 clients that you needed to update. You've had that meeting for marketing that you needed to have. So you've already ticked things off your list and you feel like you're achieving. Does that make sense? So when you get to the difficult task, just do enough prep to feel that confidence. It's probably the first 2-3 questions. But hopefully, guys, you'll see that the frog should be eaten for breakfast. But you need to prepare the frog correctly. So there you have it. Should you eat a frog for breakfast? And that's my take, my experience on trying to make sure that you nail the difficult conversations, tasks earlier in your day. But I'm also a realist. I've been an estate agent for 28 years. I know how freaking hard it is just to get to your desk in the morning, plan your day and get through stuff, right? But if you can prioritise what you need to prioritise, you'll move forward a lot quicker with great preparation as well. You need to come with me on this journey. Like, follow, subscribe. Get the next video first so you're here with me in this community. So you'll see the links. Come and engage. Show me what you want. Tell me about the videos. What have you enjoyed so far? And let's stick together on this journey moving forward, helping you to be the best real estate agent that you can be.